What is up, world? What is up, world? What is up, world? You're in tune to Mod's Unbiased Opinion, and man, I got a banger of a show today that we're gonna talk. Man, we're gonna have some good conversation. I've actually got one of my good friends with me, somebody here that is gonna help me to discuss and make some sense out of when is the price right, man. I mean, at this point, we're seeing a lot of things jump off. Some things expected, some things unexpected. So when is the price right, man? Let us know, man. I need to know when is the price right. And of course, like I said, I have a special guest. But before I get to that, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook and Twitch. So when we go live, you'll definitely get that notification. I seen the new Twitch members that we got. Man, we have about two people jump on the Twitch yesterday, and I appreciate you guys for that. Also, membership lines are wide slap open. You want to be a member of the Know It All Nation? Let us know. Make sure you do that. Make sure that you have that subscription bell on. And as well, if you want your comment up on the screen, make sure that you super chat. And man, I just can't wait. We got to get into it. We're gonna definitely jump this thing off with the intro. And I'll be right back with my special guest.
Yeah. Look, my opinion is my opinion. And my advice, you should listen. Talking love, no competition. Unbiased, forgot to mention. This is the show. Yeah, this is the show. This is the show.
You're gonna learn today.
Hey, what is up? And look, I got my special guest on stage with me right now. What's up, Tate Boy Fresh, man? How you doing, man?
Ma, what's good, man? I'm doing all right, man. My pleasure to be a guest on Ma's Unbiased Opinion to bring a little bit of realistic bias to the show. You know, sometimes when you're unbiased, you need that bias. That bias is rooted in reality. So, yeah,
God.
man, whatever you got to talk about on the menu, let's get to it.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something. First, let's say what's up to this live chat over here, man. Steven Lee, what's popping? My guy, what's good, man? It's Christine, you're in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Pickens, you big dummy. That's my guy, man. I'm glad that you're here, man. Definitely still Lee say Pierce is staying with the Colts. Bag time. Yeah, we gonna talk about them bags. We're gonna talk about it. Tommy Strings, what's good? Reginald Rivers in the house, man. That's my guy as well. He said, Pickens, you big dummy. He said, Tate, what's up? Nice intro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for being with me, Mark, by the way. And of course, Steel Dog, my dude. Look, we gonna just jump into this,
Hey,
man.
I got a real quick comment of a Mark. It is a nice intro, man. What's up, Boo? Christine, Boo. But got that little Tribe Called Quest feel to it, man. I'm feeling that. But I just want to know what you know about that being from deep in the heart of Texas, man. That's East Coast, man.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah,
Don't even try.
you gotta get some Scarface in your intro and stuff like that, man.
Hey, man, music is universal, and we all
Music
love
is
music. You know what I'm
universal.
saying? So it is what it is. You know, on that whole thing. Listen, I'm being real with you, Tate, man. There were things that I had on the menu to talk about early, you know, and to discuss, but things started jumping off so fast today that it just switched everything that I had to talk about. He said, Tim said, Ma, just play Dirt Road. What's up, Tim, man? Good to see you this morning.
I'm a
Look,
fan of Dirt Road too, though.
yeah, man. Look, so when we think about this whole thing, Tate, a deal is a deal when it's a deal. And for most teams at this point, you said something that was so interesting and awesome yesterday that it hasn't left my mind since, you know, and it's rare that you say some stuff like that, but I got to go on and give you your credit, you know what I'm saying, where credit is due. But you said that when a team right now, they're picking for their franchise for right now, and they're not thinking about for them. They're trying to make a practical deal to make their franchise better, and they're not thinking about just going out getting a guy, right? Anybody can fill a roster position, but it takes a GM to sit down and say, you know what? We need this. We need this, and we desperately need this like right now. Okay. And so, for instance, the thing that really got me going and had me talking about this subject was the Max Crosby deal, right? The Cowboys were in on that Max Crosby deal until they started talking about 2 first rounds. We was out then, you know, because of the simple fact that the price wasn't right, you know, and we couldn't, that was a price that we didn't want to pay. So to a lot of fans, they're like, why didn't I get my guy? Why didn't I get the person that I thought we should have because he would be great on my team? You answered that question. Didn't get him because, you know, practice wasn't going to help the franchise, right? So I want you, before we get into the names, elaborate on your thought process on that subject.
Yeah, man, it comes down to having a value buy, right? I mean, what's one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know, I had to, and she up early, the little homie Devin from coast to coast out there on the West Coast, texted me like about 7 in the morning, talk about the move the Steelers made for Asante Samuel. Then a little later, how come we didn't trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick? I let her know we couldn't. But you know, as far as the value buy, like it was value. If Minkah had got dropped, it still would have been interested, right? But the fact that he got cut and no teams weren't really interested, but the Dolphins were going to get off him anyway. So the fact that the Jets offered a 7th round pick for Minkah, yeah, Minkah's better than a 7th round pick, but a 7th round pick is better than nothing. So do you cut him or do you get that value for as discount store as it might be, as thrift stores that might be, a 7th round pick, something is better than nothing, right?
Well, that was a pack of bubble yum and some Mike Nikes that they got for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go
But you walking away with something. You ain't walking away empty-handed. So at the end of the day, when we talk about some of these moves, it's about where a team is at in their process, whether they competing, whether they looking to compete. Because I might trade a star player, but yeah, my star player, but he's not helping me right now. You know what I mean? But I can trade him to somebody else, get me stuff that's more on my timeline because it's about process, where you're at in the process, and where your process is at in that timeline. So, you know, teams make moves based on that. I mean, because it's ever evolving, the NFL and player acquisition and team building and stuff. Some teams is here, some teams is here, and some teams is here. So
yeah, definitely. And some teams front office are really have their ear to the street, the tom-toms in the wind. Some people front
chatter,
office,
right?
Yeah, the chatter in the wind.
I know what that means now. Thank you.
Some teams are really close to the market and they saying, hey, this is what we need to succeed and to actually be good. One of those said deals, we'll start with the Cowboys, and then we're going to get to the Steelers here in just a second. Cowboys brought in Green Bay Packers defensive end, Rashawn Gary. And they brought him in again for what we say, you know, some hubble bubble and some Mike and Ike, some nerd.
It's a little more than that. They got up a Snicker bar. They have a Snicker bar now.
Oh, an almond joy. Okay, we'll say an almond joy.
Yeah. I got some chocolate though. No deal.
Yeah. So I mean, but they gave it up the 4th round pick from next year's draft, from 2027 draft for Rashawn Gary, and then of course the Miami Dolphins sending Minkah Fitzpatrick to the New York Jets in exchange for a 7th round pick. So you have to understand, Minkah wanted the bag. He wanted that $40 million bag, right? And you know, that's a price that wasn't right for the Steelers. It wasn't right for the Cowboys. We were both in on that deal, right? And then you look, the Cowboys, the Steelers are expected to re-sign Cole Holcomb to a 2-year, $5 million deal per source. Let me ask Tate, how are you feeling about the Cole Holcomb move? Because it's really just a depth move, right?
I think it is a depth move. I think it speaks to the Steelers are going to stay in pat this year. I think that means Patrick Queen is going to be in the building. You know what I mean? That's what it tells me, because why sign Cole Holcomb if you can get younger? Now I think it was 2 years, $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that's 2 years, $5 million. So $2.5 million a year. So, to be a depth guy, to be a special teams guy, there's value in that. He's familiar with the building, maybe not the coaching staff, but he does have connections with the second defensive coordinator, not Patrick Graham, the guy, the special coordinator or defensive pass game coordinator, the dude from the Commanders. Because Holcomb played for the Commanders when he was there. So they have that familiarity with each other. So, I mean, it's a value buy. I mean, do we expect Cole Holcomb to be out on the field? Now, that makes me question, will they go and try and save money with Malik Harrison? Will they be off him now? Because he's making $5 million a year, and you get Cole Holcomb 2 years for $5 million. To me, Cole Holcomb becomes your fourth linebacker, at least for this year, because now maybe you're looking to draft a guy. Because you got Queen, you got Wilson, and you draft a guy, you got Holcomb behind all them.
So, Tate, that brings me to the next point here. Pierce getting 114, mean that the GP won 120. We ain't going to talk about those specifics, but how much is, when you sign a player for this amount, does that affect the market for another amount? Talk to me about that, bro.
Every signing affects the market, right? Because once that price is established, once that baseline is established, so right now you got your boy GP feeling like, oh, I'm better than Pierce. Y'all gave Pierce 114. Oh, it's just like, man, I hate to always, not always, sometimes I always go back to this analogy. It's just like buying product. You know what I mean? Long time ago, I say product, I'm talking, you can get Hey, I had jokers I knew.
Statute of limitations is over. Go ahead.
Yeah, way over. Super grown. That's 30 years ago. But I knew jokers that would drive like to Oklahoma, make a drive to go get product because they could get it for way cheaper and bring it back themselves, not worry about all the other middle stuff involved, right? So I mean, but now, the prices is where I'm at. So when you go get it, you bring it back. Oh, I went and took this risk. I went and got this. It's the price I set the market at. So now that the market is established, everybody else, if I bring something back and I'm saying, and I'm selling, just say I'm selling pounds or something, right, for $1,200 a pound. Now I bring it back and somebody got something else. They feel like it's better quality, better product. Oh, mine $1,500 a pound. You know what I mean? Because mine better. Because the market has been set, and you always trying to push the market until you can't. In whatever it is, in whatever the housing market, the grocery shopping market, whatever it is, people look. That's why people find their niche, right? That's why some of these high-end teams are going all out because they all in. They top shelf right now. You won't always be top shelf. Sometimes you'll fall and you be at the bottom of the barrel, right? You in the cupboard. You ain't up on the shelf. And you're trying to make.
That's what that means. That's what that means, you guys. When players start signing for an upward amount, it affects the market and drives it up for other players. Support Alonzo Dunn. Thank you for the $20, my G. I appreciate you, man. He said, I support all Big G content. Sup with the fam. Still Ali, I see you, bro. Thank you so much for the $20, man. We appreciate you, Zoe. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. He said Holcomb played pretty well on special teams last year and is emergency inside linebacker moving forward. I'm okay with it. So, I get it. I get it, man. I ain't even going to lie to you. You have to, I say all the time, I tell everybody, in football, you only as good as your second and third team. You really are. That's why that's why preseason games matter, you guys, because you get an opportunity to see how good your team can be. Because if there's one thing you can count on, just like the IRS in Texas, it's injuries in football. They're going to happen, right? They're just going to happen. And you have to have a guy who can step up behind your favorite player to be able to win matchups. Now, Tua's out of here. We already knew he pretty much gone. Atlanta's taking a flyer on Tua. Can you tell me why, before we get back to Steelers stuff, tell me why you think Atlanta's taking a flyer on Tua?
I said this on a podcast last week because he's left-handed. Michael Penix's left-handed, Tua's left-handed. So you don't want, the fact that your starting quarterback moving forward is left-handed, the fact that you can, again, there's value in that. One, the Dolphins are going to be paying Tua money. You get Tua for cheap. Let him come there, maybe resurrect his career by being a backup, by sitting back, learning, watching, and he might even start the season as a starter. So he might get an early audition just to go ahead and start. You know what I mean? Because Penix had that injury last year, so who knows where he's at. But when you develop in the offense and when you're working with your receivers, you know the trajectory and the spin on the ball is different from left hand to right hand. Yeah. So, you know, if you got a left-handed starter, ideally you want a left-handed backup because nothing changes with your offense. You know, your most important tackle, your blind side tackle, if you're a left-handed quarterback, is your right tackle. So the same thing. You might have your best tackle on the right side as opposed to the left side because you got a left-handed quarterback. It just keeps everything in alignment with everything else in your offense and your team structure and team building.
Yes, sir. So now I'm thinking we're back to this whole thing, and I've been hearing it all day, man. We're just waiting for this to happen. I really believe it. Malik Willis, Pittsburgh. The price is right, brother. I really believe we could sign the Steelers could sign.
You can say we, man. You can come on over, Steeler Nation, man.
No,
come on.
I'm just saying. I believe that the Steelers could sign Willis, and it would be a blessing. It's not something that you'd be like, oh my God, because if you continue to wait on Aaron Rodgers, you're waiting around in team building, and teams right now they're showing you we ain't waiting on nothing. We're not waiting on anything. We're going to get our guy, right? We're going to go get our guy and have him in the building so we could go ahead and start doing the things we need to do. Tate, man. Talk to me about this Malik Willis deal, man. Let's talk about it. Let's get real about it.
You know, man, I'm high, been high on Malik Willis, unlike your brother biologically. My brother, just over time and all the years of brotherhood, Big G, been friends with the homie Big G since we was like 9 years old. So if you know how old we are, that's a long time.
Long time.
But yeah, man. I mean, I did this. Among other things, one of the things I disagree with him with, man. I mean, the Steelers need to go ahead and make the move because whether we like it or not, $30 million for a starting quarterback is like you're not even in the top 20 of starting quarterback money. You like around maybe between 19 and 21, 22. And if you're going to take a shot, you take a 2-year shot, Malik Willis. You can bring him in for 25, no more than 30. You know what I mean? But you getting to see what that looked like in your room with a young guy, 26 years old, a guy you probably should have drafted a few years back that you didn't. You get to make amends for that. The biggest thing about it to me is Mike McCarthy. You bring to me the ideal Steeler quarterback room right now is signing Malik Willis, letting Will Howard compete, and even signing your boy, I say your boy because he played for the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy, Trey Lance. Bring all them guys in, let them compete, sort it out. Yeah, Malik Willis is going to be in pole position to be the penciled in starter because you got the money invested in him. But you get 2 guys behind him that McCarthy gets to develop and work on. I think he liked Trey Lance when he had him. You know, it's still a lot there to work with, but we talking about talented potential guys, bigger body guys that have mobility, guys that you can keep the same offensive structure around and the play call and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to see. And when we say retread for the Steelers, I don't want to see a retread, but a retread to me is like going to get Kirk Cousins or even Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is good for 1 year. That's it. Even if Aaron Rodgers had the best year of his career this year, it's 1 year.
It's 1 year.
You get Malik Willis, he has a great year. Oh, we signed him for 2. Now he looks so good. Now we might think about giving him a little more bread and extending this. And you got your guy. And if he don't hit next year, you back 2027 drafting just like the plan was anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Zoe, thanks for the 10, my brother. He said ATL missed out on Penix. They had to move on. He's injury prone. I can feel that. I can feel that for real. He's
definitely injury prone. But I mean, I don't think they're done with him. I don't think they're done with him.
Yeah. But here's the deal. When we're talking about Malik Willis, right? Even if you allow Driftwood, Aaron Rodgers to come back, you have an insurance policy. And I don't think it's too much to pay for an insurance policy to have right in the back. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go if something else happens. You just don't have time to wait as far as team building on Aaron Rodgers. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, both things aren't happening, right? They not signing Malik Willis and then bringing back Aaron Rodgers. If you sign Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers out of here. Now, it don't mean, like I said, you don't bring another cheaper option in. It don't mean you don't bring a Trey Lance in, or somebody else who's out there that could be available to compete. But Aaron Rodgers, if you bring him back, he's your starter. You bring him back for 1 year, and you pass Malik. Because Malik Willis is going somewhere to try and be the starter. If you bring Aaron Rodgers back, you're pretty much saying with Mike McCarthy and Steelers that you gonna start. Aaron Rodgers has opportunity. He been on football since the second week of January. We into March now, halfway into March. He could have said, "Yeah, I'm gonna play football, this, that, other." I don't got time for it no more, man. Not for no 1 year. And you gonna take away some of my options. Like I need to know what I got with Roman Wilson. I don't need you telling me what receivers you like for this 1 year. Oh, go sign this old guy. We don't need none of that. We need to just go on, do Steeler business the Steeler way.
Tate, real quick. Kenneth Walker just signed with the Chiefs.
Not surprising. Yeah.
He from St. Louis, so he went back to the crib, basically. You know what I'm saying? He went back to the crib. So yeah, I hear you saying they won't sign both, bro. But honestly, again, you need to have a quarterback, because you can't really bring in free agent wide receivers if they don't know who's throwing them the ball. You know what I mean? And if it's one thing that the Steelers have to address this year, one thing they have to address is a skill position. Gotta mess around and get a couple wide receivers. Whether it be Alec Pierce is gone now, so we can kiss that one goodbye. If we're trying to get the
never was an option though. Never an option for the Steelers.
Yeah. So if we're trying to get the Thomas deal done, get the Thomas deal done. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna bring Ayuk, you're gonna have to get some receivers in the room. But if you can't get no receivers in the room, free agent, the next thing you got to have a quarterback to throw to distribute the ball to whoever you have in the room. If you're gonna go and draft you some guys in the NFL draft and get you some wide receiver skill positions. So I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all if you're using equity to get a quarterback in the draft in the second, well, I say the third or the fourth, because you don't have a good first or second round option as a quarterback. I mean, we're talking about value, because again, the name of this show is when is the price right? The price ain't right for Todd Simpson in the first round. Price ain't right for a quarterback in the second. The price will be right for a quarterback in the third. What do you think about that, man? Just drafting your future quarterback this year in the third round.
So what are we saying? Are we saying we don't get Aaron Rodgers or Malik Willis? Is that where we starting this at?
Started right there.
All right. Well, to me, if you don't get Aaron Rodgers, Malik Willis, then to me, I think all signs point to, so far through the morning, I'm hearing that Kyler Murray gonna go to Minnesota. That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. Yep.
So, to me, if I don't get Aaron Rodgers or Malik Willis, then I do need a bridge guy. I've identified a bridge guy that I'd like to see, and that's Geno Smith. Now, do I bring in my bridge guy, right? Who you want after that? You want Kirk Cousins? You want, Tua gone. Tell me who you want after that. Jacoby Brissett? I think Geno Smith was a product of the bad Raiders last year, right? Geno Smith could have been the quarterback for the Seahawks if he had took the money they offered him the year before. That's when they got Sam Darnold, because Geno wanted too much money. Sam Darnold came in for the $30 million, which was a raise for him. And Geno wanted more than that with the Seahawks last year, so they traded him on. So I think that Raiders offensive line was terrible. They had no receiver worth mentioning outside of Jacoby Myers. They traded him halfway through the season. So Geno was back there big struggling. Brock Bowers was hurt too towards the end of the year, like the last 5 or 6 weeks. I know that because he's on my fantasy team. So ideally, as a bridge quarterback, my ideal bridge quarterback with no Willis, no Rodgers is Geno Smith. 1 year deal. Let Will Howard, see, to me, I don't need a rookie quarterback now, right? Because I still bring in like a Trey Lance or somebody, a project that's young, that can compete with Will Howard. Geno's a starter. I see what that looked like this year, because if Geno don't hit, you put one of them guys in and see what you got. and I draft my quarterback in 27. Y'all have already identified the quarterback draft of 27 of being an elite quarterback draft.
Elite.
So to me, to use a 3rd round pick on a quarterback when I need all these other positions, I don't do it this year. I'd much rather see this Will Howard rookie year. Yeah, he was drafted last year. Will Howard didn't see no preseason snap. Will Howard didn't see no game action. Go ahead and see what you got in Will Howard. You can't have 2 quarterbacks for the first time in the league getting reps, splitting snaps to see what you got between the both of them. You need to identify one of them as a project you're going to put time and equity into and see how it works. So I don't even like drafting in the 3rd round. Now, if I'm going that way, my eyes are set on 2027 quarterback draft.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that for real. Wow. It's saying the Jets are looking into and putting a strong push into getting your guy Devin Bush. And they're trying to set the market for the linebackers right now. So wow, and the Giants made an offer for Kenneth Walker. I guess it wasn't the price wasn't right there. So I think it's an interesting view for you to say, hey, let's not get a guy, right? Just hand over the keys to Will Howard.
As a number two.
As the number 2, getting Geno as your bridge guys is wild. Is wild. But you bring up some good points. I'm not gonna sit here and act like you don't bring up any good points, because you absolutely bring up some good points. Maybe I think it's right. Because I was talking to you about the Fernando Mendoza pick and saying how, why not just fill your roster out, get your quarterback next year, right? You're essentially saying the same thing. Fill your roster out, go with what you got, and get your guy next year.
The difference is in that though, the Raiders got first selection. The Raiders picking Fernando Mendoza. The Steelers are waiting to see what falls to me in the 3rd round.
Right.
It's a difference in that and having first crack at your guy. When I already know the quarterbacks in 2027 is way better than the quarterbacks in 2026.
Right.
And I haven't seen Will Howard do anything. He is my rookie.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, valid point. It's not. I can't discredit your point.
And you kind of snarkled at Geno, who, if you don't got Willis, you don't got Rodgers, Kyler Murray go to the Vikings. Who you got then in the free agent market quarterback? Who you got?
You want to know? You're asking me that question?
Yeah, I'm asking you that question.
That's big trash. Let's go, man.
That's what you got. That's what you got left. You got nobody. It's big
right.
trash.
I agree with the homie. So thanks for the $10. I definitely agree with it. I would go Geno first, but I said Brissett name because they would work as 1-year bridge guys. You see Will Howard, and they not forever guys. That's why they call bridges, right? And you go in here next year with hopes to get one of them great. Y'all say 7, 8, okay, maybe 7 or 8 first round quarterbacks, but it's only 4 or 5 I would take. You know what I mean? So I go in there next year with a guy I want more than I would want taking Drew Aller in the 3rd round. I could get me a cornerback. I get me a safety. I get a whole lot more regard to team building versus the Raiders got the number 1 pick and they choosing. Tom Brady said, yeah, Mendoza's a guy. Give me that.
Yeah, you're right. I hear you. And so thank you again for the $10. He said Jacoby Brissett will work. Geno will work with the line. Malik Willis is ready. I totally 110% sign off on all of that. But at this point, Driftwood got you like this, man. He got stressed out, man.
Hey, wait. What movie is that from? That's
Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown special.
Okay.
Yeah, becoming Bobby Brown. It was, yeah. I mean, he got that's the whole league is like this right now. You know what I'm saying? The whole league is like this. But I'm gonna tell you, more Driftwood got us all over here kind of stressed out trying to figure out what it is that he wants to do, because at this point, hey man, you're holding the whole world hostage. So where are we going? Where do you think, and what's the right price right now? Where do you think we're going for the offensive line in this draft, or are we going to do some picking up of the offensive line? As a Pittsburgh fan, how you feel about the what do you think the next move needs to be? Tate, your next move. You're the GM. You're sitting in the seat. What's the next move?
The next move potentially to me is, well, they signed Asante Samuel, right, to a corner. We needed a corner, one to him or Pierre. I think Pierre has out. Hey, I'm not mad. That's still that's one of my lesser options. But if McCarthy, to go to that comment, bring back Justin Fields. If McCarthy's his quarterback guy, Justin Fields played decent in Pittsburgh. Then he decided to go chase the money and go to quarterback hell with the Jets and get trash again. Justin Fields didn't win in Chicago. Justin Fields didn't win in New York. Justin Fields won in Pittsburgh. Now you come back to Pittsburgh, you come in under a better offensive coordinator. You know how the fan base felt about you. Not saying that he'd be the starter, but that'd be somebody bringing to compete because he's going to be cheap. Let me get it back in my room, see what it look like. I like that Fields thing. Not to start, but to compete and maybe be a starter. I like that better than drafting Drew Aller in the third round. Give me Justin Fields for cheap. Put him in my room. I know what that talent is already. And let me get one of these other guys as a bridge. But what's next, I feel like, man, they signed Asante Samuel. So that makes me think they're going to draft a corner. We was texting in the Smash the Gas thread with Big G and Kirby earlier. I told Big G, man, you blinded by your love for Vega, man. That's all Big G see is Vega. I said, man, they drafting a cornerback in the first 3 or 4 picks. They're going to draft a corner. The bottom of the cornerback draft for the Steelers is the kid from Georgia. Who I'm talking about?
Taylor Green.
No, that's quarterback. I said cornerback, Georgia.
Cornerback. Oh, Everett.
Yeah, Everett. He the bottom. If you can get Pons in the second, depending on what you do with that first, you get that because you need that. You need a safety. So to me, as far as the first move, I think you got to get a wide receiver. I heard that Green Bay traded Gary, got off Gary so they can make some more money to try and keep Dobbs. So that might not happen. But that can happen with Ayuk. We talked about Ayuk and the offensive lineman. I think the Steelers spent too much draft, not too much, never to spend enough, but too much draft capital recently in the offensive line and the big guys. You got to get some little guys, be a corner, be a wide receiver. We need skill position. We don't have no speed in the secondary. I mean, you know what I mean? Asante Samuels, I like him over Pierre because Asante Samuels is pedigree. His dad was an all-time great corner. Asante Samuels was a second-round pick in the 30s. Talent, when you talented from Florida State. When you drafted there, you were a talented player. James Pierre took 6 years to have his best season on the field this year. We believe in that long-term. He got cut from the Commanders. We brought him back. We cut James Pierre already. Now, we're not going to – he's a great special teams player, but I got to find that somewhere else now. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, I think the next move is going to be an offensive lineman to solidify, the back up to see what – not a big name. Big G want that Walker guy from Green Bay. You talking big 20, 21 million. But you got to think about – you got to get ready to pay Zach Frazier eventually. You got to really ready to pay Fautanu eventually. These guys are coming up. You can't have $20 million on your offensive line, 3 guys. So it's about the team building process, how you stagger these contracts and things to come up. So to me, you go get a guy like the other guy in Green Bay, Elton Jenkins. He's a guard, played for Green Bay. He's solid, like 28, 29, a little older, but he would fit. You know what I mean? And you got to do it like that. A receiver, bring Ayuk in the building now, your board is open right now. You're still going to draft receiver. Because you didn't pencil yourself in to have to draft some because you did at least address the offensive line with somebody in free agency to bring into your room.
Facts.
So and that's what free agency is about setting yourself up not to be pigeonholed into one spot when the draft comes up.
Yeah, Robert said, I drafted quarterback in the 3rd or the 4th this year and in the 1st round next year unless you get that diamond in the rough. Having an additional quarterback talent is never a bad thing. I will second that. I love it. They said Justin Fields in the locker room was loved as well. He was a great locker room fit.
Yeah, Steelers did love him in the locker room. I like that a lot.
another Kansas City Chiefs cornerback in LA. Jalen Watson reached an agreement today with the Rams. So the Rams got another cornerback from Kansas City down there in LA. It's going.
Wait,
And,
who went? Who'd you say? I'm sorry.
Jalen Watson reached an agreement today.
Oh, okay.
3 years with the Los Angeles Rams. So all right, you saying the next move would be the offensive line. I agree. We've talked about Johnson being the heir apparent. You say, okay, you got to give Caleb an opportunity to see what he has. Jalen Warren, you like him. Do you like him running the – okay, so you have to – I'm going to take you back. You got Claude Bishop, what's up, my dude? What's up? Hey, so I need to know this, Tate. Do you like him? Because you have to remember you had Tony Pollard and Zeke in a zone running scheme in Mike's best year for running backs, right? When he had a line together, he had Pollard, he had Zeke. Do you think that Warren is good enough running through the tackles to where he'll be exceptional, and Johnson is good enough to where these guys will be your smash and dash you're gonna need in a zone running scheme?
Yeah, I think it's enough. I don't know what Johnson looks like yet with more than 4 carries in 2 games. I mean, I think it was 2 or 3 games he had more than 4 or more carries. So we don't know what that looks like yet. We know that what it looked like in college. We know we drafted in the 3rd round because we was a talent. We know he led the Big Ten in rushing, much like Zeke did when he came out. Not that Johnson is Zeke, but Zeke led the Big Ten in rushing when he came out. And I think right now, Jalen Warren is better than Pollard. I mean, and Jalen Warren is undrafted. Jalen Warren has more burst. Jalen Warren is his pad level and his balance, his run balance is better. He's a more powerful runner. So, I mean, just Jalen Warren, how he runs, his run style, we can't give him the ball 20 times a game. He can get 12, 15 touches. That's mixed with pass. So I like Jalen Warren as a mix it up kind of guy where, you know, you can hand off the ball to Johnson 18 to 20 times. Jalen Warren get his 15 touches, however you design it. I think the Steelers will be fine with that. And you get a third guy. Do I think you paid Gainwell? I don't. I mean, I said this yesterday on the show. And go back and check out the Know It All's pre-free agency show yesterday. It's real good. It was long, but it was really good. I went back and looked at it myself. Some good points y'all was making. The better points were made by me, but still, real good show. But nah, man, I really feel like Gainwell, and I said this, Gainwell's a really good player. Played behind Saquon Barkley. Gainwell struck while the iron's hot, right? Contract year, come over here to Pittsburgh, perfect storm. You get an opportunity. Our wide receivers are bad. Aaron Rodgers gets rid of the ball quick. So your numbers are like, just like I say, empty calorie. You talk about a player on a bad NBA team that score all the points. Oh, he averaged 28. Well, his team is 14 and 60. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? So, Kenneth Gainwell is a product of the Steelers' lack of receivers. Aaron Rodgers getting rid of the ball quick. Let me dump it off to him. But he wasn't like a between the tackle, just like zone runner you're going to lean on. He's a third down, really good third down back. Do you pay $7, $8 million for a really good third down back? I don't think so. I think you roll with Warren and you roll with Caleb Johnson, see what you got, and maybe draft a guy in the 5th or 6th round that's in the draft, or Jalen Warren's undrafted free agent. To me, running back is a position you can chance undrafted free agents on because the devaluation of running backs is going to be guys there that are good that are undrafted versus trying to bring another guy in the building and using draft capital, early draft capital, or paying a guy.
Agreed. Still Elite said, at Mod, since the Dolphins are having a fire sale, I say call them and see what they want for Waddle. Ain't a bad thought. Christine said everybody making moves and we waiting on a 43-year-old quarterback that nobody wants. And while you were talking, Jalen Phillips has agreed to a 4-year, $120 million deal with the Carolina Panthers. Jalen Phillips.
There goes that Alex Highsmith to Carolina. Then that's over.
That's over.
That's over.
That's over. Mm-hmm. And the Commanders reached the deal with Laramie Tunsil And they
Ooh, I
signed
like
him
that.
back 2 years, $60.2 million contract extension. That's
See,
a lot of bread.
but that's an elite tackle. That's why I say I don't get a tackle off the market. Let me see what I got with Dylan Cook. Because right, you want to ideally draft your tackle, not this year. But if Broderick Jones don't come back, don't work. See what Dylan Cook is. Get you a good guard to go next to Dylan Cook, and see what it looked like, and then next year you back at it.
Oh my God. Aaron Rodgers taking us back to the dark room. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he said maybe Highsmith to the Eagles because of the loss. Maybe.
That's a possible. I've heard that too, though.
I have heard it.
Well, in a potential A.J. Brown trade.
Wait a minute. I haven't seen that. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. The Colts are sending Michael Pittman to the Steelers. Michael Pittman Jr. just came to the Steelers.
For what?
Let's see here.
That's interesting. I like that though.
Tom Pelissero reported they don't have the
terms. Okay.
The terms. They don't have it.
I like that though. It is a big move.
What's up, man? What's up, partner? What's up, brother? Love you, man.
You all right, G?
Man. So talk to me about this, Tate. Michael Pittman Jr.
I like that move. I think that's a good move. The fact that Brian Thomas Jr. is off the table. That's why I'm curious of the terms of the agreement, right? Of what's going the Colts way. I would guess no more than one of the thirds, because Brian Thomas Jr. is going to take a second. So I still think now this opens up what Pittsburgh can do at one, because you at least got a guy, because now receiver's still a high priority in the draft, but now they'll have to be the first priority, right? Now you can go with 2 or 3, but I feel like that's a good get. And now maybe Big G's draft love wish, if Vega there, maybe that's it. And you get a receiver in a second. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
G love Vega, boy. That boy in love with Vega. But I ain't mad at him though. Vega is a generational talent though. I ain't mad at him.
He just loved Vega. Big G had a son. Vega looked like him. That's all.
Yeah. Still elite. Let's go. All right. So Michael Pittman Jr., you're familiar with him as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think he brings to the Steelers.
Again, like the Steelers traditionally have done, another pedigree guy. His dad played running back in the NFL for a long time. He went to USC 2 years ago, not this past year before last. He had over 1,000 yards and 9 or 10 touchdowns for the Colts. So I like him as a clear number 2 on the outside, right? So
is he the number 2?
Of course he's number 2, man. Where your money allocated at? I think Pittman make about 20 million. That slots him into the number 2. Okay, there you go. 24 million. So yeah, he's number 2. But you know what? When you got a good wide receiver room, you clearly don't identify as an offense who's your 1 or 2. The defense dictates that, right? The defense dictates who's your 1 or 2. So the fact that you got DK on one side, Pittman on the other, Pittman can go deep and stack a guy and catch the deep ball, but Pittman also is a chain mover, right? Contested catcher, all that stuff. So I like that opposite DK. Now, like I said, that opens things up. Now you don't have to worry about another guy in free agency. You get the right deal. I keep going back to your boy Jalen Tolbert, right?
You
can sign him from a good $4 or $5 million deal with Roman Wilson. You still want to add that a second or third round wide receiver, but that opens it up. And that's what Pittsburgh is trying to do, is fill in holes and open up the draft board to see what we need to zero in on for the draft. That's what this is about. This free agency is about seeing what we need to zero in on the draft.
Tate,
so I love that move to Pittman.
Stats from last year: 80 catches, 784 yards, 7 touchdowns.
That's last year. Good. Look at the year before though.
That's last year.
Which would be 2024.
Let me see. 2024. I don't care. 700 yards and 80 catches from any wide receivers production.
Oh yeah, you for number 2. But look at 24 though. I want you to see his number from 24.
Let's see.
Alec Pierce had a breakout last year.
It was 23, the year you're looking for.
Okay.
109 catches.
There you go.
1,152 yards. And Claude, thank you for the $2, bro. Nobody has picked Malik up. Need him for real. Me and Tate both agreed this morning. Hey man, the price is right on Malik Willis. Let's go get him. Alonzo said, I think that any receiver will have concerns about who's throwing on the ball. Absolutely. We all know this. We've been saying that's why we're saying Driftwood is holding everybody hostage, man. You need to know exactly who's going to be throwing the ball in Pittsburgh, because at that point, receivers are come.
So now let me ask you a question. Is Ayuk off the board? Clearly, those other wide receivers like Jawan Jennings and Dobbs is off the board. Like I said, they trying to keep him in Green Bay, I believe. But like, is because Ayuk would be cheap. Is he off the board?
I don't think so.
Okay, I would love it. Now, if you get Ayuk and Pittman, now you push your receiver even further back, right, in the draft, and Big G can fall in love with his love crush some more.
He's saying Willis just signed with the Dolphins. I'm
there
looking
you go.
for that. Oh man, ooh, that would be big.
I'd be curious to know what the deal is.
Willis is headed to Miami. He gets a 3-year, $67.5 million deal, $45 million guaranteed. Okay. And the Ravens are signing offensive line John Simpson today.
I like him too as a guard, but yeah, okay. But yeah, so Willis getting 22 a year, but he went more with the lengthier contract, right? Because I was never looking at 3 years from the Steelers' perspective. I think 2 years was a sweet spot for the Steelers. Even if it was more money, even if it was 2 years, 50, Willis went with the 60-45 guarantee. I get it. Makes sense.
Woo! So that means Driftwood is the guy.
Until he's not, I don't know. I mean, we won't know till we know. So are we still waiting? Because Willis is gone. We're not making no other quarterback move. We're just waiting.
Yeah. Claude said the Steelers could have matched that. I mean, do.
From a money perspective, I don't think they want that length in the deal though, because they want to get they want to be able to have the draft next year if they need to. 2 years they would have did. I would have done 3 years either. I wouldn't have done 3 years.
I mean, you're right. Because you wouldn't be losing if you decided to draft a rookie, because still you're drafting your rookie quarterback who's going to be your quarterback of the future. And you
only got 1 year left with Willis if it was next year.
If it was
you would pay him this year, let him play, see what it look like. If it don't work, then you let him play again a little bit, maybe have a competition. He'd be out after 1 year.
Christine, I love you, lady. She said until Driftwood get a meet with by Crosby. Oh my God! Look.
I don't know. We might have that diabolical game plan like we did against Myles Garrett.
Look, and this is
Rodgers.
This is every quarterback in the AFC North right now. Yeah, they're all stressed out. Every last one of them is stressed out right now.
And the Bengals had one too. They letting him go.
Yep, they did. Trey Hendrickson.
That's another thing I want to say about Rashawn Gary move, right? The fact that they didn't go all in for Crosby or Hendrickson. I like that by Dallas. They got Rashawn Gary, who's had 15 sacks the past 2 years, who's a first-round pick. He's talented. He was rated younger than both of them and rated the best football player in the country coming out of high school going to college, and was a real top 10 pick coming out of Michigan. Yeah. So I like it. You add talent to that room. He's familiar with the guy y'all got from Green Bay last year.
Yep, Kenny Clark.
They played together.
That's one of the reasons why there was a decline in his play, if you ask me. When you have a fire hydrant in the middle that's taking up two people, you on the edge, you get 1-to-1 matchups all the time. That's what you want.
Well, now you got two of them going into a year where they get a whole offseason together with Williams and Clark. Now you put Gary outside that. Now Dallas did that. We know they needed the edge, was looking for edge. Now they can focus on a middle linebacker and corner, what they really need.
Yep. That's what he did.
I like Isaiah Likely to the Giants too. Big G put up. That's a hardball guy.
It is. And then the Bears are signing Neville Gallimore, a 2-year deal, a defensive tackle, ex-Cowboy.
Oh yeah, he from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, he's going to the Bears. The Bears. I think that loss of Isaiah Likely, that's gonna hurt. The Ravens need to make a deal because all they have now is
Mark Andrews,
and then little fella, number 4,
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. Yeah, man. Mark said, in my opinion, this is what Rodgers wanted to see before he commits to play. Once we upgrade the left side of the offensive line, all of a sudden he'll be ready to sign. $1 million question is, will AR come to OTAs? Probably not.
But if you're the Steelers, you understand that. And he knows Mike McCarthy's offense. Now, it's not as big, but do we need that? But he's one of those guys and veterans. He'll have DK and Pittman and whatever guys so that come out to California, stay for 5 days, do some throwing and work like that. He'll do that.
Yeah, and I like this deal. I like the deal a lot. 3 years,
what's that?
$56 million deal.
That's $14 million a year. No, that's $17 million a year. No, that's $18 million. 18.3. 5. So yeah, that works. That's number 2 money. 18, 36, 54, 3 years. So 18.75. That's what it is if you break it down. DK getting 32, 18.75. Now you draft a guy. You got Roman Wilson. I like that. Hey, Claude like me. Claude wanted Willis, and I did too. But hey, you got to roll with it. At least they got a receiver, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, whether it's somebody else, they're going in the right direction.
Oh, Claude, man. Claude, he said, I'm starting to see that they're poorly ran organization. Oh, my God. Tommy Strings, man, he says it's reasonable. It's reasonable. Look, the Vikings just signed Pierre. Vikings have agreed to terms with cornerback James Pierre on a 2-year, $8.5 million deal.
Per or for one season?
No, wait a minute. $3.7 million deal. Per his agent, Tony Scott. Pierre gets $2.5 million signing bonus. Doesn't say it's 2 years.
2 years, $8 million, 2.75 guaranteed.
Yeah, $3.7 million guaranteed, but he got a $2.5 million signing bonus.
That's good for him. Still won't go that high for him. It's 3 years, but that's familiarity with Brian Flores when he was in Pittsburgh. Flores know what he getting.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, shout out Pierre. I like that for you, James.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't going to get it over the Steelers. So he had to go get it. You had to go get the bag. He needed a bag. You know what I'm saying?
Now, even more so, corner going to be identified as position of need. The Steelers met with 8 of them at the combine. I mean, corner going to be a high priority in the Steelers draft as I see it right now.
No, what's up, Jaime, man? Nope.
Honey.
No Pierce, but got the other wide receiver, Michael Pittman Jr. And that's I think he may have been the better one of the two. So it is.
But was he talking about Pierre or Pierce? It said Pierce.
It said Pierce.
I mean, okay. No, we ain't get Pierce. We were never gonna get Pierce. Because Pierce signed for how much? 4 for 114 it was?
He signed for a grunion.
Right. That's about 28 a year.
Yeah, they gave him a grunion. They gave him
what's a grunion? Is that a Texas thing too? You know you gotta tell me all these colloquial wisdoms and stuff y'all use.
Yeah, that's a grunion. That's a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole bunch. Let me see. The Commanders made an aggressive play. I'm trying to see that Alec Pierce did. Okay. $116 million deal for Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce? Okay, so 116 by 4 is that's 28 a year.
It's a lot of choke. It's a lot of choke. And
28.5 a year.
And I'm telling you, Pickett's probably going to be asking for
That's
30.
That's T. Higgins money. Yeah. Oh, GP asking for 30. Start.
And he's going to get it. He's going to get it, especially with
So what y'all got to do to make that happen from financial aspect?
Oh, we've already started doing it. We instead of releasing Steele, we renegotiated his contract. We renegotiated CD's contract, Dak's contract, somebody else's money. Quentin, we gonna renegotiate his money, and Kenny Clark, we gonna renegotiate his money so we can get that down closer to about $100 million, and then from there, pay GP.
So is that one of them situations? Okay, I see how you can make it happen. Is that one of them situations where y'all just kicking the can down the road, and when all these players is ready to go, it's like, damn, now we got to start cleaning up again. Yeah, so you're going for it now in the financial sense.
Yeah, void years. You structure void years in the contract and get these jokers signing bonuses. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that you got to pay for down the road, though.
Well, the signing bonuses are automatically.
But from a cap perspective, it's a penalty down the line.
Down the line. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. That's why the salary cap's not real. It's real, but it ain't real. I mean, you look at the Philadelphia owner, and he's been using this loophole for years. And Buddy is getting it like he's getting it how he lives, period. So with James Pierre gone, what's the move now, Tate? What's the move? James Pierre. So you said it's setting it up to where you can get a cornerback in the draft you can address, because you believe strongly that they were going to get a cornerback early, right? Mm-hmm. That's been you've been banging the table for that for the last couple of weeks. So you still believe it now more than ever, right?
Yeah.
Even with signing Asante Samuel back.
You signed Asante Samuel to a 1-year, $4 million deal. That's another whole year prove-it deal, right? And that's why I told Big G and Curb this morning, if Asante Samuel's after this year is your number 3, you're doing good, right? So you pay JPJ starting in 2027. That's when his new contract gonna start. But you draft a rookie this year who's gonna be the next guy on it cheap because he's a draft pick still. And you got Asante Samuel. Now maybe if he plays well in 2027, you give him a 2-year 20. You pay him $10 million. So you got JPJ making 25. Asante Samuel would make 10, 35, and you got a rookie. But your corners is set, right? So right now the Steelers got Asante Samuel, they got Eccles, they got JPJ, and you got Jalen Ramsey who's gonna really play big nickel. So Eccles is gonna be like the nickel backup and the nickel outside corner. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you need a young, talented corner. It's written all over the place, and a safety. I mean, now that you got a receiver, you still need a receiver. Don't get it twisted. But maybe priority 1B and 1C is safety and corner.
Okay, so before we get ready to get out of here, man, couple of deals that are just popping. The Panthers re-signed their cornerback, Caleb Evans, for a 1-year deal. The Jets made an agreement with Joseph Osai on 3-year, $36 million deal. That's a defensive end. So
that's the Bengals guy. Bengals losing 2 out the door.
Yeah. So David Mulligetta represents everybody, man. God, dog. The Saints are signing John Ridgeway, $6.2 million. Ridgeway was a Cowboy first, went to the Commanders, and now he's over with the Saints.
What position he play?
Defensive tackle. Yeah, he came from Arkansas. He's a menace, mean. You like him. If you're a defensive tackle, those are the guys you like playing defensive tackle.
That's another interesting thing. They let Cam Jordan go. The Saints.
You know, I mean, the Packers lost another one. Kingsley in how you say Anagbar is headed to the Jets for a 1-year deal, $10 million. And he was from defensive end from the Packers, number 55.
Okay. I mean, it ain't gonna be no excuses for Aaron Glenn ass next year.
Hey, man, look, teams are getting active right now. Teams are getting active. So, in signing off, getting ready to go, let me ask you a question. Chat, I need to know from you. Chat, y'all tell me what y'all next move is, what y'all are going to do for right now, what y'all want to see. Let me know before we get off here and Tate. What's your next move, man? What do you want to see the Steelers do today without a shadow of doubt? What do you want to see happen for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization today?
You gotta shore up that O line, right? I mean, whether it be pay a tackle, not the big high dollar tackle, not no 25 million, you know what I mean? But or a guard, right? You know, I'd pay. Yeah, I agree with Howie, a tackle perhaps, but you sign that and you go into the draft not pigeonholing any one thing. I still like Vera Tucker from the Jets. You get him for like 16 million. You know what I mean? I like that. See, I don't want to trade for a nose tackle. I'd rather draft one in the third or fourth round. Some big bodies out there. You trade for one, you getting one that's got miles on it, right? Give me one of them young guys. Give me Lee Hunter in the second if I do something different. You know what I mean? Give me something like that. Give me that boy out of Florida State, Jackson. Give me something like that, young and hungry and aggressive, than just, signing a guy. I like that too. I like Brisker. My only question with Brisker, I like him a lot, and I think that's definitely a possibility. I'm not knocking that. I agree with G there. I've identified that in something else I said before. But whether him and Elliott are redundant, right? Both strong safety types. When we got a strong, but the Steelers, if they're gonna play three safety, I like Vera Tucker, Howie. Like I said, he's young. He fits the timeline with the other guys. He was a first round pick a few years ago, like in 2022, I believe, number 14 overall. I mean, get that in the room. I mean, I think you either at guard, if you can find a good guard, I like to do the guard I brought up already from Green Bay. Yeah, see, Big G want to play that 23, 24 million. I don't want that. I mean, I ain't with that. Not for that position, right? But now if you got a tackle and you drafted Vega, that would be good. Now your line's secure. But you know what I mean? But I like either like the kid Jenkins from Green Bay too, the guard, like 27, 20. He's been a Pro Bowler before too. But then you can get him for 10, 12 million a year. I just see Amala want 14. So if I let Amala go and pay him 14, I get younger. Now I got to work in the continuity again with that position, but it's worth it to me.
Yeah, the Titans just picked up Mitch Trubisky. They got a deal done, a 2-year deal with Mitch Trubisky.
$8 million. I'm guessing.
We'll see.
Don't say no price.
Don't say no price at this point. How healthy is Elliott? I heard he tore his hamstring as well as his knee when he got hurt.
Well, he was practicing last year in the playoffs. Word was if he got the Steelers advanced another game or two, he could have came back. So I'd imagine going into camp, he's going to be really good. You know what I mean? And he's one of them type of guys that seem like he works hard, he's passionate about the game. Oh, he's a Texas Longhorn. I know that's what Ma threw it up. But nah, he one of them guys, though. He's just passionate about football. He got a love affair with the game, so I think he's working hard. And I think he'll definitely be ready by the time training camp and all that starts.
Hey, the Jets ain't playing around.
Look, I like Brisker though. If you get Brisker and you got Elliott, now you got to bring in that young free, that speed guy. You got to go get the boy Thieneman from Oregon.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna get Caleb Downs. You got to look at McNeil Freeman or McNeil Warren from Toledo. You got to get speed back there.
Yeah, DeMario Davis signed a 2-year deal with the Jets, $22 million deal with $15 million guaranteed. So he's back with Aaron Glenn. DeMario Davis reunion.
When was he with Aaron Glenn?
Oh, we're back with the Jets. Excuse me. He said he signed a reunion.
Yeah.
Veteran DeMario Davis is signing with the Jets on a 2-year.
Yeah, he did play for the Jets before.
Yeah. So wow. This is year 15 for Davis, who just turned 37.
Woo!
Yeah.
And he got 2 years, 2015 guaranteed. Oh, that seems like an overpay. They must want it though. They identified it. They want it.
He listen, Aaron Glenn say he ain't losing like this no more. He say he ain't losing.
That kind of set the market up. And Cam Hayward say this joker older than me. He got 15 guaranteed. See that everything, every little bit of analytics you can put into it changed the market, right? They don't play the same position, but he's an old guy. They had a good season last year that just got paid.
He said Brisket of Pittsburgh would be him coming home to Western PA.
Yeah, he from outside Pittsburgh and he went to Penn State. I like it a lot. But if you do that, you got to get that young, fast guy back there. It's going to be a true free.
Yeah, absolutely.
A true free.
Absolutely. I sent you guys that video of Rob Woodson, who was just fast as all get out, man. That's when you got
Daryl Green cheated him, but go ahead. That was a false start in Olympic running.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. When you got a guy like that who can cover that much ground and you can take risk and it's nothing like having a free safety who can just all out fly. You know what I mean?
But Rod never played free safety for the Steelers though.
Well, he played strong though, right?
No, he played corner for the Steelers.
Oh,
he moved.
He played safety when he went to Baltimore.
Yeah, to Baltimore and to the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah. Builders for Life said Pittman Super Bowl.
Pump your brakes, Builder. I'm gonna need you to do that.
Austin Hooper went to the Falcons.
That's
Hooper
back
too.
That's a reunion again.
For $3.25 million. Yeah, he went back. Yep.
Action moving, man.
Yeah. Hey, look. Teams we said it. This is why you can't sit around and wait for Driftwood. Because everybody's making moves. Everybody. It ain't official to the 11th. It ain't official to the Gristle until the 11th. And it's moving like this. You gotta have something. He said 49ers. What are you talking about, Claude? 49ers. I need to figure that out. 3 safeties with Ramsey on the back end since they're keeping him.
I really think Ramsey could be free in that, but you're still not getting the speed you need. Ramsey's much better playing that star role he played with the Rams, being a big nickel that can blitz, that can help tackle the run and all that. I think they need a true free safety. Ramsey is your slot guy. He can guard tight ends. He can blitz. He's an excellent blitzer. I mean, if you want to get the best value out of Ramsey, you put him closer to the line of scrimmage. Don't have him just back there. You know, he forced to do it last year because of the state safety situation with Thornhill and picking up Peppers and just like never having a guy. Oh, that's the thing. I'm glad of that because I didn't want them to spend money on Gainwell. Good for Gainwell though. But now the other dude for the Bucks is available. That Rashid White dude, the same kind of player as Gainwell, but Gainwell probably costs more, so they probably view him as higher end. But for somebody like the Steelers, yeah, there you go. Me and Christine see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. That's why that's my boo. That's my Steeler boo. Yep. See, he got that $7 million a year. Steelers wasn't going there. That'd be more than Warren.
He said Woodson first place.
Oh yeah. Then to the Ravens. Yeah, I knew that, Claude.
Thank you, Claude. He said, I'm starting to think Omar is bad at his job, given a decline. Wide receiver 50 million is a malpractice. I like Pittman. He said, I don't want Pittman to wear number 11. That's bad luck when Steelers wide receivers wear it.
Well, is it? I mean, we had some trap, but Chase Claypool had a good rookie season, so maybe the first year we can wear 11. And then the boy we had that I came from, I can see his face, man. Didn't he come from? He played college at Ole Miss. We thought he was going to be a dude. He was big trash. I even wanted him. He was big trash. 1 year. I forgot his name. Claude, you know his name, who I'm talking about.
Damian said, Garrett sounds like me. Khan needs to be held much more accountable. I think everybody's getting that.
Man, Omar Khan has done a good job. What do we look at the last 3 drafts? Herbig, Washington, Joey Porter Jr., Keanu Benton, Spatano, Zach Frazier. What are we talking about? Now, have some of these free agent moves maybe not work? I mean, I think my boy Mike T talked him into bringing in Slay last year. Oh, I can do something with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, so but not Omar Khan I think he makes good moves. And we've complained about him ignoring wide receiver, and he hit it this year or go after one. Now y'all complaining. Yens can never be happy.
Well, I don't think Damien's a Yens. He's just talking, you know, what he know. He said, I told y'all.
He on the outside looking in. My brother already said, we did that one show. He said that our Jalen Hurts was a top 5 quarterback, better than Lamar Jackson. I remember him saying that too. Hey, you might put a take out there. You might think people forget about it, but some of us keep receipts. Big G. Aller ain't getting drafted. I'm not booking it.
I told y'all Driftwood at quarterback. They're drafting quarterback Aller. Book it. He's saying book it.
Look, can I ask you this, Mod, and G chime in or answer it later? Mm-hmm. If you draft Aller, you got Aaron Rodgers. How do you allocate the time between Will Howard and Drew Aller, neither of which you see nothing out of? Aaron Rodgers like his reps. Aaron Rodgers don't take practices off. He like his reps. So how do you divvy them reps up that you need from a developmental quarterback to see where they at? How do you divide them up? I'm just curious. Nobody answered now. I'm just putting that question out there.
Well, I mean, it's a great question. But McCarthy's going to make sure that those guys, like if he drafts Aller, whatever quarterback he drafts, I guarantee you Mike McCarthy's going to make sure that quarterback get reps. You can book that. You know what I'm saying? Because he understands. Look at what he did with Cooper Rush. He understands. You might go down. I need to make sure that my backup quarterback is ready. So say what you want.
So Cooper Rush was ready, right?
Uh-huh.
But when you got Will Howard and Drew Aller, which one you getting ready? That's what I'm asking.
Whoever wins. That's a quarterback competition you got to have.
But how do you win when you're not getting the reps? What are you judging it off of?
You're going OTAs, and then the first part of because Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to camp till
he's not coming to OTAs.
Yeah. So you battle it out in OTAs, bro. It just is what it is. You're gonna have to figure that out in OTAs. Former linebacker from the Lions, Alex Anzalone is signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 years, $17 million.
Good for him. I thought Aaron Glenn would have brought him to the Jets over Demario Davis, but okay, makes sense.
Yeah, he said, you make them fight in camp in preseason. Preseason is another place where they're gonna have to fight out because Aaron Rodgers ain't playing preseason.
Right, I agree with that.
He gonna play.
So Mason Rudolph gone. That's what we saying too.
Pretty much. I think he's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? He's a wrap.
And then Aaron Rodgers retired. You still draft a guy in the first round next year? Now they all competing.
You're gonna have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna, unless one of those guys show you that they're the guy. You know what I'm saying? One of them have to show you that they're the guy.
Of all the quarterbacks on the board available after Mendoza, obviously, no chance of him. I like Drew Aller the best. But it's just a matter if you want to draft that in the third, right? I mean, because you're still looking at a safety. You're looking, like I said, my idea is Will Howard and a developmental guy. Like I said, bring Justin Fields back, bring a Trey Lance in, bring a Will Levis in, a Zach Wilson in. High pedigree guys that got drafted high that Mike McCarthy is known for working with quarterbacks. Let me see what that looked like before I use a third-round pick on this guy that didn't even succeed at Penn State. We say he had no weapons, but I get it.
Steelers fans can't be happy unless they can be a drama queen.
How he shot out, Ma. Give him that's the fact, Jack.
That's the
he deserved that. That's
Jack.
True.
He said you have to keep Mason because he's an experienced vet, and you can't have 2 rookie quarterbacks as a backup.
You can do that, Claude, according to some people, but that just means we going down Cleveland Brown territory, right? A
Man,
40-year-old quarterback with 2 rookies as backup. That's what we doing.
yeah, and you really don't want to do that as much, right? Especially you with Cleveland, they have to fire all their massage therapy. That was wrong, Mike. You ain't have to do that. You ain't have to do that.
You taking shots.
Hey,
In a thread earlier, me and Mike going back and forth. He had nerve to call me petty. Now you tell me who petty to Deshaun Watson right there.
Hey, it's there, man. I hang around petty people, so you know what I'm saying.
Don't rub off on you though.
I do shows with petty people, so I had to, I make sure that I got my little pettiness in. Harbaugh got his punter back too. Yes, he did. Punters are signing left and right. Another punter signed. P. Wright signed with the Saints. Like I really care about that. And the Pats signed the fullback Gilliam from Buffalo. He went to the Patriots. Reginald, huh? Reginald.
You heard him. That's my boy. That's my boy 901. That's my boy. Send his ass, Mod. Send him.
I love Reginald. I love you, man.
That's my guy.
I appreciate you, bro.
901, but you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna send you. I'm just gonna go on and get you one of these, man. You get a flag, man. You get a flag on the play. I can't take that, Reginald. My heart couldn't take that for the Steelers fans. Kirk Cousins, he's gonna play one good game and then it's over with. He have everybody chain on the plane, and then the next thing you know,
how you like that?
Yeah.
Kumo D, Kumo D. How you like me now?
Yeah, then it'll be over with, man. It'll be over with. So no, Reginald. No. Let's not do that. That's not what you want to do. All right. Pardon shots, and we're finna go ahead and get off here. We were supposed to be gone 17 minutes ago, but give me a pardon shot, Tate.
Well, it's kind of difficult on opening day of free agency, right? Because news just kept coming in as you trying to go. But I'll just say this. I'll say, as far as the Steelers go, I like your first 12 hours of free agency. I like bringing back Asante Samuel. Hey, I'm not like Yens out there. I'm okay with you getting Pitt. It means you took a shot, right? Don't be done with the quarterback till he signs. Keep your eyes open. I really believe, because to me, it comes down to if the Vikings are going to get Malik Willis, which means he compete with J.J. McCarthy, or they're going to get Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Kyler Murray. Which means he's going to compete with J.J. McCarthy and probably win that. But when you get him for $1.5 million, you don't have to book him in as a starter, right? Because you're paying him $1.5 million. So McCarthy still can compete. If you bring in Aaron Rodgers, because him and Kevin McConnell's relationship, then Aaron Rodgers is going to be your starter. And then that means, to me, McCarthy's going to get another year behind Aaron Rodgers to see what it looked like, how you go about the game, study film, do everything. But if it's Kyler Murray, then it's up in the air and you could be out of there. Now, would I like McCarthy? Do we think McCarthy's bad? I would trade a 3rd-round pick for McCarthy. I would. Probably over drafting Drew Aller, right? If it's me, I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. But I like the start of the free agency. I like Samuels. I like the re-signing of Holcomb, which I believe means, because you would already got rid of Queen if he was going.
Yeah. Unless
you can trade him. But so I think Queen is staying. Holcomb is depth, which means Harrison could be up in the air. And Pittman. So I like the Steelers' start so far. I like their start.
You forgot Pittman.
No, I said I like Pittman. Yeah, I like that. I thought I said first. I do like Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact they took a shot at a receiver, whether Yens, some saying good, some saying Super Bowl, some saying, is mismanagement getting paying $50 million. So I don't even know how Michael Pittman is. How old is he?
I think what was it? Let me see. 28.
28. Yeah, that's fair money. Him and DK about the same age. He's a big body receiver. I like that. Now you go ahead and get your fast guy in the draft. I mean, 6'4", 223. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that.
Real quick. Horace asked you, he said, best quarterback talent. What do you think of Richardson from Indy? 6'4", 235, 4.4 speed. What do you think about that?
I like Horace thinking. I like his thinking because I've already said that. Y'all have heard me say that. Why wouldn't I bring Richardson in for a 4th or 5th round pick? Let McCarthy get his hands on that. I like that, Horace. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for tapping in.
Bears signing Kobe Bryant. From
safety.
Seattle. Yeah.
And they letting Brisker go. See, that tells me the Bears letting Brisker go sign him. They want more of a free safety. Kobe Bryant's more of a free safety. Brisker's more of a strong safety. So the Bears have identified like, okay, we need to get more speed back there on the back end that can play center field, play the ball. That's why I say if the Steelers get him, I like it, but you got to also go get a free safety in the draft. We don't have that guy.
Kobe, I think, played at Kansas, right?
Nah, Kobe played Cincinnati.
He played Cincinnati? Okay, so there's one that played at Kansas that was a corner, and he played Cincinnati. Got it. He said not enough medicines to deal with Cousins. Absolutely. You ain't got enough. My guy, Claude Bishop, he said re-sign CA3. You know he was going to talk about this, right? You knew he was going to talk about it, right?
I don't like that, though.
Yeah, no, I don't want no more little fellas. And if you sign Driftwood, he definitely don't want no more little. See, that's a move. When you look at Michael Pittman, you just gave his size. He's 6'4",
225.
The one thing Driftwood won't, big wide receivers,
back shoulders.
And when you bring little guys to him, it pisses him off. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, you got 2 big guys on the outside. You need a Jalen Tolbert like guy. You know,
6 foot 205 slot receiver. But I think you got that in Roman Wilson. Your boy Aaron Rodgers got to get over him and Roman. And I seen some tape of Roman Wilson working out with the route guy. He looked crispy out there. I'm saying you got to get at a chance. I'm not bringing Calvin Austin back for $8 million a year. I don't need that. It's a waste of money.
Definitely a waste of money. Hey, you guys, thank y'all for rocking with us, man, and definitely being a part of Know It All Nation, staying here in the chat with us. We appreciate it. We know that for the rest of the day, you guys are going to be stressed out, looking just like this, rubbing your temple like, what are we doing? But we want to get this whole party started. Look, thank you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. If you would like to be a part and a member of Know It All Nation, please do. Make sure that, you know, you go there and you become a member. There are membership things that are happening all the time. We put up stuff for our members in different tiers as well. And we thank you for all of the super chats because, of course, they help us to do what we're here to do. Thank you to my co-host today, Tate on Unbiased Opinion. You did your thug thizzle there, brother. You did your thug thizzle. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I just want to say, when you stay in your bag, you never got to get in it. So, thanks.
Hey, we say in the South, you stay ready to keep from getting ready. So you did that.
If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Y'all saying that backwards. You say it your way.
No, man. Look, we from the South. We started this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all did. Do you know America started in Jamestown, Virginia, and moved west?
That's what the history books tell you. That's false history. We ain't listening to that, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Christine, thank you for rocking with us. Again, we just wanted to talk about when is the price is right, and Tate helped me to articulate that perfectly.
Hey, put that graphic up again, man. I think the fact that I being 1201 mean I beat you. So I'm going up there. I'm going up there to play a gas like I told you, Mod 1201. But yeah, I love that graphic, man. Ma got a big fine. Somewhere back in diabolical land. What happened to you, Ma?
Yeah. Look, my opinion is my opinion. And my advice, you should listen. Talking love, no competition. Unbiased, forgot to mention.